am Red Cyclone! Yeah!
Oh, Scott Steiner's in the house early and on time. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better Why Swear podcast. Jeez, Scott. Jeez.
Oh, man. All right. Take one. Take two. Go ahead.
Oh, you're sorry now? Okay. All
Go
right. Yeah. 'Cause listen, they going crazy out here. Look.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Merc with the mic.
What is up? What is up? And damn you, Scott Steiner. Always gotta fuck shit up.
That's what he do. I can't be mad.
That's
You know what I mean? You know, you have that cute bulldog or something that runs through the house and like he knocks everything over, but he's like really cute because he likes you. It's like, all right.
Sounds
guy.
like my Loki.
Oh, shit. Like, damn it, you didn't have to knock that over. All right, listen, guy. Scott Steiner looks like a bulldog, doesn't he?
He does.
He kind of does. I mean,
He looks like a
Rick
Bobo.
Steiner. I know Rick has the name. Oh wow, that's messed up. Damn. You know, oh yeah. Speaking of a Bobo, have you ever played Double Dragon 4?
Who for? Yes.
Okay. Now, do you remember the circumstances behind that being made? Because it was made years later, way after. Not the Super Nintendo.
You know what? I remember 4 coming out of the blue, like not really knowing what it was. Because then I remember they counting number 5 was the fighting game one, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the one with the Double Dragon cartoon characters and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So 4, I remember vaguely. Like, I don't remember playing it or not. I'm not sure if I played it. There's a big chance I did. I'm not sure.
Okay, so hold on. So here's the funny thing about 4. So you might not have played this version of 4. You might have played Super Double Dragon, which I think that was labeled 4.
Okay.
So there was a Double Dragon 4 that came out in 2017.
Okay.
And it was
Oh, that was
on
terrible.
PC. Yeah. Hold on. Yes. And so I saw it on sale for $1 and change, and I was like, "This can't be that bad." Oh, it's that bad, dude.
So I remember that coming out in the arcade.
Wow.
Like right after the hype of Neon.
Wow, dude, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Double Dragon being difficult, right? And it was like more or less Double Dragon was a beat 'em up where it wasn't the typical power fantasy. Yes, you could beat up everybody, but you kind of had to pay attention because if you just walked up to everybody, they'd beat your ass.
Yeah.
Like, Double Dragon 1 is hard. It's really difficult. So I know that Double Dragon 4, which is them, I guess, going back to the original, like 2D, but the original 2D formula with the 8-bit look to it. And I guess they were trying to say that Super Double Dragon was really just a remake of 1.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe it is, because that's almost the same way Super Castlevania is a remake of 1. Like, it really is. But so I understand where they were coming from, trying to like continue it from there. That's why the name is 4. But damn, dude, I don't know which team is the one that was responsible for this, but it is hot garbage. Do not buy. Please don't get caught in that trap. Don't give it a chance. It's not good. It's not even for $1. It was like $104. I was like, come on, yeah, why not? You know, I can candy cost more than that. Surely I'll get more enjoyment from this game. Nah, I should have bought some candy. I don't even get candy.
Damn. Yeah, I remember that coming out. I know. I saw videos of it, and I just like, damn, that looks terrible. I did not touch it. And then that was also
Yeah.
coming out right after Neon, and Neon was fucking amazing.
Hmm. But I tried to give it a good go, Mark. I went back to it and was like, maybe I'm coming at this the wrong way. No, I wasn't. It's just not good. So don't do that. What was your experience this past week?
Oh, I picked up Yakuza Like a Dragon,
Good.
and I'm digging it. I was very skeptical with the new gameplay and stuff like that, but I'm getting the hang of it. I'm understanding it more. There's a lot of funny stuff. There's like all Yakuza games, they all have that funny factor to it. It has like some. This game I see especially, it doesn't take itself seriously, and I think that's what the charm is about it. Ichiban's a fun character.
And that's the main character, right?
Yes, Ichiban Kazuki or something like that. But I know it's Ichiban, his first name. He's a fun character. He's a likable character. Like, he's friendly. He's not as serious as Kiryu, but he's not as psychotic as Majima. He's like a good middle.
Okay, that's good.
And he's just a funny character. You believe in him. He wants to do good. He wants to be a good guy and a hero, kind of in a way. And you learn that in the beginning. Kind of has a Kiryu kind of story that he goes to jail over some bullshit, and they put on him, and then he goes to jail for many years and comes out, and he's still trying to find his way back into people knowing where he's at, and they just like, nah, fuck, leave his ass over there.
You know what's funny that you mentioned that they have that in common? I'm really starting to find out because how far in the series did you play? Did you play 3?
I played everyone.
Okay, so you know the Majima's brother's story too.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of deserved to go to jail.
Yeah,
but he went to jail doing something for somebody else.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of the common thread for the main characters of that series, really.
They accidentally do something. Like, he didn't, like, so Ichiban, this one was a bit more like Kiryu, as in he did not do it.
Oh.
And he got framed to do it to cover someone else.
Gotcha.
That's the same thing with Ichiban. Ichiban was covering somebody, which was his boss, and he did it because he loved him. He treated him like a son and shit. You see, like, he's also an orphan. He also didn't have much of a family. The family that he has, that's what he has and stuff like that. So very, 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 very similar to Kiryu.
Okay, cool.
It's a fun game. I'm digging what the game is presenting. I like I'm not a big fan of turn-based, but they do it in a way just to make it fun. It's very simplified, but also there's some strategy eventually, like down the road. You'll have to have, and also you kind of gotta grind up a little bit to get your guys up. When you go to other places, you kind of want to be at least 3-4 levels over.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
So there's a grind to it. That's the only thing I'll say that's kind of repetitive and annoying. But other than that, the mini games are fun. So far, I did the ghost one with the movie theater. You're watching a movie, he can't stay up, so he keeps falling asleep, and the fucking this goat headed thing comes out and starts playing around with you, and there's a rooster there that tries to wake you up. You have to like hit the buttons to go. I have not done karaoke yet. Karaoke is back in the game, but I have not done that yet. They have Virtua Fighter 5. They have Virtua Fighter 2. They have pretty much all the games that have appeared before and Virtua Fighter 5.
So, okay, let me ask. Did they have 4?
No.
I don't think so, right?
No.
Okay. All right.
They had 2. Now they have 5. They had Outrun. They have Hang On. They have Space Harrier. They have Fantasy Zone, and they have. There's one more I'm missing, and I can't think of the name. It's another Sega game. Anyway, yeah. So that's pretty much what they have, and then they still have the arcade stuff. Another mini game that I played a little bit was the recycling cans. That you drive a bike and you picking up cans, and you have rivalries trying to fuck you up for the cans. You're hobo in the beginning of the game, so you're working with the homeless people and shit. So you're picking cans, you're looking for money underneath machines and things like that.
Oh wow! I did hear looking for change. I didn't know it was literally.
Yeah, you're looking for change. But yeah, you go collect cans and you gotta bring it back, and you could get. It kind of reminds me of like the cart game, as in when you buy stuff, you could buy new parts and stuff from that particular guy.
Oh, that I know.
But it kind of reminds me of shit. Which one was it? Was it 6 that you had to pick up trash and stuff, and you brought it to like the sewer people?
I didn't get that far in 6.
Okay, I'm not sure which one was it. There's a chance it was 6, or there's a chance it's Judgment. I don't remember. But you pick up trash, and you was able to buy particular stuff from that person because he collected trash, and that was his currency. So kind of the same thing. Like you make their own currency, you can buy special items from there.
Okay, damn. So at least they have stuff thought out.
There's a Mario Kart thing there. I have not got a chance to get. I haven't got that far yet. But I'm digging the characters. I'm digging the game. It's a nice game. I can't wait to see it on PS5 and how it runs. But it's running pretty fine on PS4. It doesn't take itself seriously, which I love so much. The battle, when you actually have a 3-man battle, you go into like a fourth wall broke, and he's talking like Ichiban knows he's in a video game, but not everyone knows that that they're in a video game. He knows he's in a video game. Gotcha. So he does some ridiculous stuff, like him getting the bat for the first time. He pulls it out the floor like Thor, and then fucking brings it up like He-Man. And he has the power and shit. You have what was the other one that reminded me of? Yeah, there's a lot of cool things like that. Like he doesn't take one of the first missions when you actually fight with the full 3 team, it goes into like a Pokemon battle.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, you remember this when you were a kid? They're like, oh, they don't know what he's talking about because they don't see what he sees. So he breaks the fourth wall with that. And then there's a guy that you meet, and he pretty much wants you to collect all the people you fight. So like Pokemon, and he says like, oh, you gotta catch them all. And he's like, yeah. And then this is pretty much you fighting people, and they get categorized, and it gives you the weaknesses and things like that.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a lot of crazy shit in the game, but is it well worth it? I think it is. I'm actually very happy. So, it was between this and Valhalla, and I took this.
At least for the speed of the battles, how is it? Like, is it fast?
It's fast. It's fast enough. Like,
okay. I know, like the street encounters, like they can just be 10, 20 seconds. You walk up on somebody, and then boom, you knock them all out.
Yeah.
Okay, so. All right, that's cool.
They range on level and the location you're at.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because some locations are harder people, so you have to make sure you're up, your stats are up when you go there. And they have like a little bar on top of the map that has like stars, and it'll be like 1 star for an area, 3 stars for an area, 2 stars in an area. So yeah,
nice.
But yeah, I heard that was one of the biggest complaints about the game is the farming, getting your XP up and things like that for certain areas. And I heard like the difficulty strikes up like in areas that you didn't expect it to strike up. So
okay, gotcha.
Other than that, I'm enjoying it. It's a fun game. The music is good. I like Ichiban. I like him as a character. Like I was skeptical with this game because I got stuck with Kiru and Majima, which I still want a new Majima game. But I'm all for Ichiban being the protagonist for the rest of the next couple series. I kind of want them to go back. Maybe the Judgment series at least will stick to the old school Yakuza style, and this one will just be on. Because I feel like they have a good system. I feel like they just have to fix it. I think like the next game is going to be even better because they're going to have all the kinks out of this little system they have now.
Okay, I could definitely see that.
Yeah, and here goes Scott Steiner again. Goddamn Scott Steiner.
He took his time getting down to you this time.
Right? It's like they're going from you to me.
Just back and forth.
But yeah, it was fun. It's a fun game. I'm really digging it. When you buy it, you get the metal case automatically. So I recommend it. Like if you want a game to play and you're not looking forward to anything else until like Cyberpunk or some shit, this is a good way to start. Especially Miles Morales next week.
Don't you dare say that name.
Love Cyberpunk. I can't wait for that game.
It's never gonna come out. How dare you?
That's fine. You know what? They could delay it for next year, and I'm all for that. You want to know why? Because I have Spider-Man, Miles Morales to go through. I have this to go through. I have
This
other
is true.
games to try to keep up with. So I'm not phased for it being delayed.
I got to see the giant bomb quick look of Miles Morales, and they got to show off the different modes, like the performance mode and
Yeah.
what's the other one? Specific? It has a specific name.
No.
And then they showed like the load times for it and whatnot, and it was
Okay.
like, man, there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have. It's so fast. It doesn't even have the little screens in between to tell you anything.
Yeah.
Because it just blinks and then it opens up, and I'm like, oh, that's good. That's really good. They got to show the UI and whatnot. It looks clean. I'll tell you that much. It looks clean. But the one thing I there's a few like minor things that they buried in some menus now. So I'm hearing on the system level. Some of the stuff is more difficult to get to. So I'm like, who cares, whatever. But I like how it looks.
Yeah.
Did you get to see any of the UI for that?
I am refusing to watch anything on the game right now because I want to.
No, not the game. No, I'm talking about the PS.
Oh no, I
the
have
PS5.
not watched. I have not
The
watched.
PS5 UI.
Yeah, I have not watched anything on that either. So wait for I actually
You
get it.
should, yeah. I mean, you should see it because it's like, don't watch the stuff on the game,
Yeah.
but yes, like if you can see somebody showing off the UI for PS5,
Okay.
it's actually pretty cool.
Cool. I'm looking
Like
forward to it.
I like the boxes and whatnot, like the way it displays the games now. But I think it's losing the functionality of being customizable
Yeah.
with the backgrounds. Like I don't think, at least from what I saw, it looks like when you hover on the picture of the game, right?
Yeah.
It's like a little square, and they made them smaller than the big ass tiles that they are now.
Yeah.
They're like really small. But then the entire background fills out with an image related to the game that you're hovering on.
Okay.
So you can't see the background even if you have one. And for every game that you tab over to, it does this exact same thing. So it looks like they took out your ability to customize the background, which is, and that's like, I get it, I understand, but seriously think about how people would feel if every device they own had that used to have wallpaper just said no.
Yeah, that could be annoying.
It kind of bugs you.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the little things that's gone because of the way they wanted to change the interface. I don't know if you can change it.
Yeah.
Maybe you could, but it looks like that's one little thing. But then just I like a lot of how they made pretty much. There's a bar that, so you know how when you tap when you're on the home screen or when you hit home and go to the home screen on the PS4.
Yeah.
That bar at the top of the. Does that have a name in the PS4? Like the bar that shows you notifications, it shows you your friend, the number of friends on.
I don't know if it has a name.
Okay, but anyway, so the cool thing I see now that PS5 has is they have access to that bar, but you can basically, it's on any screen anywhere.
Okay.
So you can just pop that up, and you don't have to go back to the main screen.
Okay.
So you can stay in the thing that you're doing and pop that up. And I'm like, yeah, I like that a lot more. That's a more elegant solution to that. And it's also like it doesn't stop you when you go to another game.
Yeah.
So like if you're opened in say Spider-Man, right, and you want to play Bug Snacks, usually it'll give you a message that says, "Hey, do you want to save the game?" That shit just went to the other game. I was like, "Damn, son!" So you gotta save.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure you save before you tab over, because I've done that for sure. Just exit out of the game, like, yeah, they auto save.
Yeah.
You expect it, and you go back to the game, and it's like, yo, I don't even know if I want to play this shit anymore. So that's an interesting thing. So it looks like there's a lot of cool things that they added, but there's also some little things that's like, hey man, well, how you fuck that up? So I'm interested to see what people think when they get it. So next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next week is the PS5 and Spider-Man coming. I got that coming in the mail. I I hope for the best. I really do. One thing I've been hearing too much is about storage issues.
As in, like, it's just too small.
It's the storage space is too small.
Yeah, I know.
And they're not giving you you're not able to put a hard drive yet. It's gonna be like an update down the road.
So let me ask, the size is what exactly?
1 terabyte, but you have like maybe close to 700 gigabytes like to use.
Well, look, I know it's bad, right? But I will say, the cool thing is kind of that it's an accessible 1 terabyte SSD on a consumer level, because I think still those things may be like way too expensive for 1 terabyte.
That's the reason why for the price tag. Like I think that was the most expensive stuff on the system is the SSD cards.
Because like I know I got a 500, so I don't know how much that is, but I assume that would be like the standard you would put in something default.
Yeah.
And they decided to go 1 terabyte. It's like, damn, all right, dude, you're going.
But the lack of the space you have, as in, it's taking 1 terabyte, but you got to give up like 200 gigabytes for the system to run properly.
Don't you wish they would just advertise that?
Yeah, they should have said that like way ahead of time. Like, yo, you got 1 terabyte, but you have 600 something gigabytes to work from. That's something that kind of bothered me, and honestly, I think Xbox, actually, like I've been watching the comparison videos, and Xbox been winning a lot of the comparisons. Like it's faster. It's faster. It downloads like that. It's a better interface. They kept kind of the same interface. They didn't really change.
Yeah, I heard. It's an evolution, but it's mostly the same. Yeah.
But everything runs smoother, runs faster. It has all the apps already. So that's the crazy shit with Xbox compared to PS5. And PS5 looks like, it'll be coming out, but we got a lot of shit that's not gonna come out day one. You gotta wait. As an Xbox, like, yo, we got everything. Have fun.
Yeah, somebody was saying that they literally, one of the first things they did was go back to 360 games to see if they can get them. Yeah, they just work. It's crazy, dude. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that one piece of architecture kind of ruined the entire backwards compatibility thing, the PS3, basically.
Yeah.
If it wasn't the cell processor or whatever it is, like, it wouldn't be a problem. Damn it. You heard?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you didn't hear me.
Nah, my sister was trying to call me.
Okay. Well, if you gotta go.
No. If you could still going, I'm just gonna tell you, almost done. But that was something that I noticed, and that's something that's like, the Xbox is looking a bit better in that sense, is the fact that they have things going for it already.
Yeah, like if you don't have anything else, it seems like it has a healthier stable of stuff to just keep you busy.
Yeah.
Like from a fresh box, and if you're coming in from like having old stuff, then it's probably like the better thing to gravitate towards anyway.
Yeah.
I do want to see what exactly the boost modes for the old games are. Yeah.
They did there's a video I was watching. I think it was Metal Jesus. I think it was Metal Jesus on YouTube. He's a YouTube channel. He does video games and stuff. He did a comparison. He played like 4 different generations of Xbox games on the new Series X, and he said the only game that gave him issues was Split Second on the 360, because the way the new controller is, the button felt like it stuck and it did not. So he had to go back to the old the Xbox One controller to play it, and it was smooth. That was the only game I think it gave him issues though, but they all looked better. They looked more shinier. They were a bit more cleaner in that sense. Even while looking at him, he was playing Panzer Dragon on the original Xbox game, and it just looked more cleaner. It looked more it looked less boxier. It looked more shapely and shit.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. It basically looked like a pixelated mess.
Yeah,
like the old games.
Yeah, it looked his age, but it didn't look that bad. And then he played the Xbox One, which should not be much of a difference. And then the Series X games, it's gonna be its own thing. But especially like I think he was using Assassin's Creed Valhalla on it, which looks amazing. And then like I even seen Xbox. I saw Yakuza Like a Dragon running on Xbox, and that shit looked good too. Like everything was fast because I'm playing on PS4 and there is loading time. So now I'm seeing someone playing on X, and where loading times there's none. It goes keep going, and I was like, damn, I can't wait to play on the PS5. So there's a big difference, but they did show it. I think it's Metal Jesus. He has a YouTube channel. He was doing that. Check his thing out. Like it was actually an interesting video because he went through all the generations and stuff.
Yeah, so I might just pop that up now. Okay.
That was cool. Yeah. So I'm not looking forward to it. I pretty much will have like a big once I get it in my hands, then we might do an unboxing. We're actually like looking into cameras and stuff like that. So this is something that we're doing. But for now, I got a tripod for my phone. And I think Tim Yu was telling me about the program with the camera, making your phone a camera and shit. So I was like, researching it, and I'm gonna try it out. Cause me and Tenacious Steve was planning to do. What I'm planning to do is do like a massive unboxing of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, because I'm gonna open mine and I'm planning to put it in my display case. So I think we're gonna do it by set. So we're gonna do set 1, set 2, set 3. So we have multiple videos for it.
Okay.
So that's something we're thinking of doing. So we might have a big Morphin Cast toy opening thing.
Do it on Twitch.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of doing. So if I could get my phone camera to actually work like that and it look good, then I'm all for that, and I'll do more unboxings like that.
Okay, good stuff.
Yeah, because I have a lot of Power Rangers. That's the collection that keeps on growing. Yeah,
amazing, man. How it just was like, damn, it wasn't that big.
Yeah, there's a lot of news with them too, and I'm actually looking forward to what they're doing.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, they have like new directors, new writers, and everything for the movies and the TV shows, the anime. I think I talked about it a little bit last week, so I'll keep it there. But it's a lot of good stuff coming from Power Rangers.
It's like if you told me they'd still be this popular and this consistent,
yeah,
even now I'd be like, no, I'd have thought not. Wait a second. So did you see the trailer for Melina also? That came out last week.
I did not. Wait, which trailer?
Melina.
No.
For MK11.
Oh yeah, I did see it. She looks pretty solid.
Did you get to see her turn into Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah, I did see that. That show was actually pretty funny.
That was actually sick. There's a part at the end, if you look at when she does the fatality, and you see the ball that she turns into, right? When she goes on the person's body and passes them, you can see like it looks like the Tasmanian devil, because you see like arms and legs come out of it.
Yeah,
it's hilarious, dude. That shit cracked me the hell up. Oh Lord. Yeah. I'm glad she looks like she looks almost broken.
Yeah.
She's got teleports everywhere. She can shoot you in the kneecaps.
Yeah,
like,
she looks insane too. Her face looks insane.
Yeah, so I'm glad they kept that. But like she as a character, she looks like borderline busted. I would not be surprised. People like, yo, she's the best character in the game.
Yeah, I won't be surprised.
Oh man, I mean, you know what? Why not? Give them what they want, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody wanted her. Give it to them.
That is true.
Yeah, because it'd be terrible if she came out and she was crap. That'd be just bad.
Yeah.
That'd be bad.
Yeah, they're doing the ultimate version of the game too. So it's going on the next gen systems.
Oh, that should look really, really good.
Yeah, I don't want to buy it again though.
Oh yeah, did you hear about the last patch?
Mm-hmm.
They're unlocking the restrictions for you creating your own type of fighting style.
Okay.
To use in like the versus modes and stuff. So I for some reason, I don't know why, I guess they wanted to have some type of perceived fairness because
Yeah.
I guess they think certain moves are overpowered, maybe.
Yeah.
So now they've lifted that ban. So now you get ready to see all types of shit you never seen before.
Yeah.
So, did you ever dig into that?
Not really. I know you can do it when you do customizations, especially against the computer. You could change like some of your power moves and whatnot, and he has a different set. I never really like explored it that much. I just played with the basic like default shit.
Okay.
I never like dove deep into that.
Okay. So
Which I
yeah,
should,
now
but I didn't.
so now there's like even more reason
Yeah.
to play the next one. What you said is Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Why not?
They're kicking ass with it. They made a good game. A lot of good fan service off those games.
Oh, I meant to ask you: are you gonna buy an extra controller before the system comes out?
There's a chance I might.
Because I think I want to just buy a PS5 controller just to have one.
Yeah. They're
I
easy
don't
to
know.
get come by though.
I don't know. I don't know if they work with PC. I know the Xbox Series X controllers do.
Yeah.
So I kind of just want to buy one of those, but I know I'm not going to buy one of those. But I mean, I understand it is definitely possible because people just used to buy 360 controllers for PC
Yeah.
and never owned 360.
Yeah.
So I understand. But
I know the Sony controller
I don't
works
know.
for PC, so I don't see the
does.
difference of PS5.
It's a little funky.
Okay.
It's like it should work perfectly, but there's still like minor things.
Okay.
Like you sometimes having to resync the controller when the game doesn't accept your input for some reason.
Yeah.
And then like Steam is like it's for I mean, listen, they know what they're doing and it works for compatibility purposes. But have you ever encountered big picture mode?
Yeah.
So that's like, there's like a regular web page version of Steam.
Yeah.
And then the big picture mode is like trying to be an interface that works completely with your controller.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I like it, but I don't like that as much as the Windows version.
Yeah.
So the Windows version doesn't work with your controller at all, so you can't do that. But certain games don't work. And we can talk about this because this is the first game I had to do troubleshooting with, which it wasn't that hard. It was just it's just Google. It was Google the issue
Yeah.
and follow the threads. Like, I don't know why anybody ever gets mad about having to fuck with a PC game. Like, it's not that hard to fix shit.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'll just tell you what I had to do. I bought Darksiders 2.
Okay.
Right? It came in a collection. I suggest if you ever get into PC gaming, look into something called Humble Bundle.
Okay.
Because what they do is they take like deals. I assume they have some type of deal with the companies because I don't know how you're able to sell video games on the internet for these criminally low prices, but they get away with it, right? So what they do is pack a bunch of stuff together and then still don't charge you anything. It's like $7. So I got a bunch of Darksiders games and Legacy of Kain games for those were like $2 and Darksiders was like $7, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, this game is cool. I remember I was actually gonna buy it on PS4. Thank goodness I didn't. So now that I bought it, I tried to play it the default way, just plug in the controller and play it.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. Controller does not work. So then what I had to do was, let me see if I resync it and then play it again. Does not work. Then I googled the problem. Controller doesn't work. With this game specifically, Darksiders 2 like remastered or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh yeah, this was like one of the first things that pops up. So people went through it back when it came out. So thankfully, because of that and because of the internet, I was able to fix it. It was basically just put it through big picture mode.
Oh, okay.
And also, you have to download the beta version of the game. What? And then launch it as that. And it just works as the full game. I don't understand how that works. That's crazy. So
that sounds very additional shit.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a lot, but it took like 2 seconds because it has a tab over inside of Steam
Oh, okay.
in big picture mode where you can just pick the version of the game. I didn't know that. So, because also I went through the Steam message boards looking for just a top message of somebody saying, I have this problem. And then you usually scroll down and somebody solves it for them, right?
Yeah.
That's how message boards work for me. I don't really participate. I just thank you for your information. Because I don't need to be screamed at by people I don't know, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes people be getting angry. So I just scroll down, and then other people were saying, hey man, what you said was bullshit. That didn't work. And this is what I did, and it worked for me. And I'm like, well, I'm not having that specific issue, so let me not take that advice. And then somebody else actually had another way that they had solved the problem. And then all the way at the bottom was the thing with the beta. So like, it's literally just took me like 15 minutes of scrolling there. And then I was like, all right, so I'm gonna try this one. I only tried one, mind you. I didn't try any of the other shit.
Yeah.
So I chose the most risky one, I guess. Hey, why would you ever in a situation think you download the beta version of anything? So it worked.
It worked. At least you got it work.
It worked, and it didn't cost me any sweat because it worked in like 15 minutes. So I was happy. But it was just like, yeah, I can see why people don't want to do that, but I can also see like, yeah, it does though feel a little better if something does go wrong and that it's kind of easy to fix it.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. And aside from the game just being a shit show, PC port wise, that's pretty much it's not the PC's fault. It's fucking THQ for making a bad port.
Yeah.
So that's really what it was. Like it does have a reputation for being a bad port. But I recommend have you played Darksiders 2?
I played it when it first came out.
Okay.
It was good. It was a good game.
It's really good.
I like the first one too. The first one was pretty solid. I never played the third one.
I have it. It was free.
Okay.
It was on Plus. It was free.
Yeah, I have it on my system. I have not played it.
It's not that great. It's not bad, but you can feel the age.
Yeah.
Well, for some reason, 2 feels a lot more modern than 1 or 3.
It had better art direction.
Yeah, it does. It really does. But the combat,
it just looks
because you can do air combos and all types of shit in that game. Like I really like that game.
And Def played really fun. He was a good character.
He is a good character. Yeah.
War was kind of boring, and then I think it's Pestilence. It was the girl.
Oh, Pestilence. No, Pestilence. I think was supposed to be the. Yeah, it was because Strife was the gun guy. He never got a game.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Yeah. So yeah, that was like
the gun guy is the kind of the one in the newer one that just came out. It's kind of like a.
Oh, he did get a game. Yeah. It's not the regular traditional one.
No, it's not. So that they
Scott Steiner.
Scott Steiner like just interrupting this cast like all day today. We're gonna go find you and beat your ass.
I'm gonna go to his Shoney's.
Just interrupt him. Get like a siren, just fucking just play it while he's talking.
Just play his theme music.
You do this all the time to us. Fuck you.
God damn it.
Talking about games, we have a verdict.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Unfortunately, this week, they can't all be good.
Yeah, they can't.
So we unfortunately had to review Assassin's Creed, the movie.
Yes.
Who's the main character again? His name is not the guy that played him, not Fassbender. I know Fassbender. Damn it. What's the main guy's name? Altair, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I do remember. Okay, so yes, this is the story of Altair. I thought it was Desmond Miles, but I don't think it is in the movie, is it?
Supposed to be
the name.
The guy that's outside is supposed to be Desmond.
But in this movie, did they keep that or did they?
No, he had
I don't remember the guy's name.
I mean, I don't remember his name either. But
that's the thing. Yeah, so they did. Yeah, so it's not. Again, it's not starting off good because they already changed a lot of stuff for this movie. But anyway, Assassin's Creed came out in 2016. In America, it was what, December 13th, I think it says.
Yeah.
And it had a French release date too, December 21st.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I feel like this movie is very generic, but I feel like it's only generic because you can feel the Hollywood come off of it.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like, yes, they had a lot of money, but they spent it on this horrible filter that's on the movie, like the color filter.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks dark all the time. And they spent it on the Animus and Michael Fassbender flying in the air doing his assassin's moves. It's like, a lot of it is just, this is not in the spirit of the game at all.
No.
Like,
I have a lot of issues with this movie, just the fact that I am a big fan of the games, and especially from this game. This was supposed to be the first movie to start. It was originally supposed to be a trilogy. It was really supposed to have like 2 other movies after this.
Oh.
And
Boy.
And no, thank God they didn't. But I feel like one of the biggest letdowns in this thing is the Animus. There were so many easy ways you could have done the Animus. Look at the game. Look how they built it. Look how they made it. But you made it a fucking hand puppet on Michael Fassbender, and he's doing roundhouse kick with this thing attached to his back. I don't understand how he did it, but he did it. And he's doing backflips and weird shit that involves him going backwards, but he's somehow not going into the machine.
It's crazy because like they accomplished the exact thing they were trying to do without making that part of the story overblown.
He was not.
And
He's not Altair.
He's not.
He's Cal Lich was his regular name, and then Alglier was his name in the Assassin's Creed. He was not Altair.
That's right.
Because it was in Spain.
Yeah, that's right. Because they were speaking Spanish, and they didn't subtitle the Spanish. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Like that didn't make any sense. That made me mad. I was like, wait, I'm supposed to follow this, and you didn't subtitle any of it.
Yeah.
And this is a lot of choices because they felt like this movie took itself way too serious. I'll point that out right now.
And I'm mad because I love Jeremy Irons, and I hated him in this movie.
He just seemed so generic.
Yeah.
The daughter seemed almost insane.
Yeah.
Like she was like a sociopath.
Yeah.
She knew what she was doing to him. She knew it was going to later down the line drive him insane, right?
Yeah.
She knew that they were a part of the Templars or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they're not the assassins.
Yeah.
So they're trying to well, what they were trying to do was actually just crazy to begin with. They were trying to eradicate not free will, because they were saying no. They said no, they weren't trying to do free will. That was their cover, if you will. But that was but they're kind of like, you could see the point. They were trying to eradicate, what is it, like anger or like violence in general out of humanity, because the key was the apple of Eden, which contains it says the code to control humanity's free will. What do you do? Plug it into a computer? Is that an Apple joke? I don't understand. In the game, it's probably explained a lot better. Actually, it is in part 2.
Yeah, in part 2, I think part 2 was their strongest game. So a lot of the shit with Desmond, a lot of the stuff with Ezio Auditore was just it made a lot more sense, and they kind of build more into the story. They kind of fucked it up when they did what was the last one with Altair, with Ezio, Redemption.
3. Was it? No, it wasn't 3. It was the one after 3.
Resurrection. Because I know it was Brotherhood. Yeah, Resurrection, or I forgot what it started with an R. That game kind of fucked it up.
Just the one with the old man Ezio. Yeah,
the old man Ezio. I feel like they ran Ezio to the floor. Like honestly, Ezio's story should have just been 1 and 2. 2 was amazing.
2 was 2.
Well, not 1 and 2. Ezio's 2 and Brotherhood. It should have just been 2 and Brotherhood. Brotherhood was amazing.
Was a good game too.
Yeah.
but like 2, the story in 2 is like really good. It's really compelling.
Yeah.
Like, and it's original as hell. That's kind of the thing about that. Revelations was what, the second one? Oh, the third one.
Yeah, Revelations.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I actually never played that one.
it was an okay story for Ezio, but the animus and the animus parts of Desmond and the whole thing was kind of, this is where it started going downhill, and then part 3 it went kind of downhill as well. Like they started eliminating Desmond as a character and in part 2 you think they're building up to eventually be a modern day Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
But when you go past Brotherhood, you see how they're destroying it. That idea and that concept.
Gotcha.
So with this movie, I wish honestly I wish they did Altair. I wish they did Altier's like story. Like, he had a good story. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you could see bits and pieces of 2 in here, and that's kind of why I was like, it wasn't a true to the game story, because it was taking things from other games because it came out so late, 2016.
Yeah.
Like, Assassin's Creed has been out for a good like at least 5 years.
It came out like when the bad one came out, Unity.
I fell off.
Unity sucked.
I fell off after Brotherhood.
Unity was the worst Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
Like 100%. Like it
was
doesn't.
The one with the faces that turn inside out.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, I know it. That's all I know about that game.
And that was with the French War and things like that. And that was the first one that went multiplayer with the main game and things. It wasn't good. It wasn't a good game.
That sucks to hear.
I played them all. Like, I think I'm missing. You know what? There's one I did not finish or even bother playing, and that was Origin. And I actually heard very good things. I just couldn't get into it.
All I hear is a lot of good things about that.
I just couldn't get into it. I played Odyssey, and I liked Odyssey a lot, but I couldn't get into Origins.
Okay.
I did like Syndicate. That was the British one.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually a pretty cool one. And then Valhalla that just came out recently, which I'm actually interested in playing it because I like Norse gods and shit.
Well, see, I mean, it's pretty good timing.
Yeah.
So we watched the movie for the release of the new game. Then there you go.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's just not good.
It was doo-doo.
Like, it felt like everybody was trying to play a character, right? But their characters all seemed kind of flat.
Yeah, flat and generic.
Like, I didn't gravitate towards anybody. It's kind of like one of those movies that it felt like it almost felt like a made-for-TV sci-fi like show.
I think it would have been better.
Yeah, it just like it had a big budget because I see it.
Yeah.
It said it had a budget of $125 million. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it only made 240, so it didn't do gangbusters, right? So like I feel like if they weren't trying to hype up the animus like they did in this movie, which was obviously a lot of CG, a lot of wire work because Fassbender was floating in the air, kicking and spinning and doing all that stuff. I feel like if they had went less of a budget on that and made like part future, we're telling the story about the animus, part period piece where it's Altair or even Ezio and he's doing his thing. Like
I would have went with Altair because he has more of the first story kind of thing, and explain more about the Creed instead of the way they did it. I did not like I didn't like the story of the Creed, and I didn't like the understanding of what it was in that movie. I really did not like. Assassins is a weird story. Like the whole game, the whole like franchise, they fucked it up. That story is so bad that it's not the same anymore. I think it was 4 Black Flag. You worked for Ubisoft and you were making characters up and shit like that. So it came to a point that they killed off Desmond and he's not a character no more.
Oh my god! But it was so much fun, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's my favorite one.
Black Flag was my favorite one. No. I'll say part 2 is my favorite. Black Flag I think is number 2 or 3 because I like the Brotherhood a lot too.
Okay.
And
I've only played I haven't played as many, but like to physically, the game part of 4 was really good.
Yeah.
like the actual you controlling the assassin and the stuff they let you do, and the guns and the ship battles.
Yeah.
That was a good ass game. Yo, I played the mobile game they had.
Yeah.
The little app game. Even that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
I had to give them credit. I was like, all right.
Nah, 4 was good. 4 was really good. That was also the beginning, one of the first gen ones. Like they came out, but that was one of the first assassins on the next gen.
And I ended up getting it. I have it on PC because of that. Like I didn't buy it. I bought it on PS3, and they let you swap it to PC for some reason. I'm like, all right, I'll take it.
I think I gave Jenkins Origins because it came with my mic.
Oh, okay, good stuff.
Because I bought the mic. Mic is an Assassin's Creed mic.
Yeah, the red one, right?
Yeah. Because I caught it on sale in GameStop for like $40.
That's a steal.
And I got a free game in there.
It's a steal.
It's a blue mic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really good.
Where is this gonna land in your rankings?
It's a 2 for me. It's not making top 10. Not at all.
Oh, it's not. They didn't even touch top 20. I think it hit number 20 for me.
It's close to the bottom for me. I would never watch this again of my own free will.
So, all right. So I'll give you I'll give you your last one. So you got Tomb Raider 2 at number 20, Wing Commander 21, House of the Dead 22, Max Payne 23, Blood Rain 24, In the Name of the King 25, Street Fighter Chun-Li 26, Far Cry 27, Alone in the Dark 28. Huh?
Legend of Chun-Li.
Right underneath that?
Right above Legend of Chun-Li.
Right above Legend of Chun-Li. So it will be the new 26. And it's in your list. Alright, my list. Let's see where it's at. I put it somewhere, but I was gonna really like talk about it and see where I want to put it. But I'll start from my last ones too, because
it ain't good.
I actually will put this above Max Payne.
Okay.
So it's gonna be my number 23.
Gotcha.
I did not like Max Payne.
I know.
I had my issues with that one. So it's my number 23. So still in the top 10 for me, mine's and yours. I'll do it right now. Just get this thing up. And we can do it. Your top 10 is Mortal Kombat, DOA, Super Mario Brothers, Double Dragon, Street Fighter, Prince of Persia, Need for Speed, Postal, Tomb Raider, and Resident Evil Afterlife. Mine's is Mortal Kombat, Super Mario, Dead or Alive, Double Dragon, Street Fighter, Prince of Persia, Need for Speed, Postal, Resident Evil Retribution, Resident Evil Apocalypse, and those are my 10.
Gotcha.
So, next week we are ending Resident Evil with the final chapter.
Oh, shit.
Yes. So, we're getting there. We got maybe 6 movies left.
All that means is one step closer to Monster Hunter. One step closer.
Yeah. So we have, just to give you a little heads up for the next couple casts, next week we will have Resident Evil, the final chapter. The week after that will be Tomb Raider, the reboot. And the week after that will be Rampage with The Rock.
If you smell.
It'll be our second Rock movie, right?
Okay. Doom wasn't bad.
Yeah, Doom wasn't bad. But we are second Rock movie. So maybe within those 3 movies we may have some changes in the top 10, or may not even change the top 10. So we'll see.
We'll see. I have some faith in this next Resident Evil movie. We'll see.
Okay. I have never seen it, so this will be the first time seeing it.
Yeah.
All right. And then I have faith in Rampage. I did see Rampage and I enjoyed it. So.
Okay. Cool.
I think Rampage might be making a top 10 spot.
All right. Yeah. Why not?
I think that one's gonna have. Tomb Raider I heard really bad things about, so I know that's not going nowhere.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
I have heard nothing good about that.
Jinkies, he hated that movie.
Okay.
And Jinkies try to find positive out of anything. He hated that movie. That was the first time I ever heard him complain so much about a movie. He tries to find positives in everything, and he did not have one.
He wishes he can give it all the thumbs down.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Well, since we're wrapping up anyway, I just wanted to throw out a shout out. I just sent you a picture of what I was watching, Merc. Somebody put me on to it because I've never seen it in my life. I've constantly have it show up in the side, and I thought it was some bootleg, like not real thing. It's called Street Fighter 2 V.
I've seen this.
You ever heard of that anime?
Yeah, I've seen them. The Street Fighter V.
So yeah, I had some personal biases because they didn't look like them from the cut. From when I looked at it and I said, "Who's that?" and somebody told me, "Oh, that's Ryu," and I'm like, "That looks like Goku or something."
Yeah.
Because his hair's mad spiky. It's like, what? Why? But when I saw what it looked like, I was like, nah, I'm good.
It's a bad, like, Dalsim is the one that teaches Ryu how to do Hadouken.
I can't wait because here's the thing. I'm watching it now, like in full Japanese and whatnot. That show is hilarious. It's basically a beat 'em up starring Ken and Ryu.
Yeah, pretty much.
They
Chun-Li.
just go
Chun-Li
everywhere.
becomes like the third person.
They just go everywhere and whoop everybody's ass, and then they find somebody really strong and get their ass whooped. Like the first episode is really good where they fucking go to the bar and then they beat up those army dudes.
Yeah.
And then Gal shows up and he just whoops Ryu's ass.
Yeah.
And he just keeps getting up. I'm like, oh snap! That's that. All right.
It's okay.
I see.
It's an okay series. It's okay. It's not the greatest, but I think you enjoy it. You'll have fun watching. There's a lot of cheesy shit.
It's got me. I'm up to episode 4.
It's on Tubi.
It's only 25. So I got my anime site. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I know it was on Tubi. It's been on Tubi for a while.
And the one shout out I wanted to give was like the theme music. Why does it go so hard? It's like. Yo, dude, it's this real sinister sounding music, and I'm like, yo, this can't really be the theme song. I'm like, hey, yo, but apparently I didn't know it had a run.
Yeah,
it had an American run, so it's dubbed and everything.
Yeah,
and
it's
so
like
that must have been.
It's a 3-tape dub shit or 3 DVD.
Yeah, so the thing is, for some reason, the version I'm watching is the Japanese. Unsubbed, but it's American dub, so like it's fan dub.
Okay.
But the music, for some reason, it's the American opening because I saw when I looked on YouTube. There's another song, some woman singing. I think that's probably like the original Japanese opening. Okay. I'm like, what is this? So why do I have this murder music? I mean, it's dope, but it's just like this doesn't scream Street Fighter to me. Is all I'm saying. And it has this voice clip. Street Fighter. It kills me every time I hear it, dude. Yeah. It's the best. So if you've never seen it and you were like, yo, what's that? Yeah, watch Street Fighter V. Street Fighter 2 V. Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I've watched it. I downed it. It was it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's silly as shit. It's not.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dumb shit in there, but
I wish they made a game with that type of Ken and Ryu though. Ken and Ryu, like that's just. Cool. Young, 17 years old, and just whooping everybody's ass. And then at the end of the stage, you get a boss, and it's one of the Street Fighters. I'm like, that would be cool.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah. I guess we'll wrap this up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better, I Swear podcast. Make sure you check us out anywhere and everywhere. RedCycloneInc. That's Spotify. What else we got? SoundCloud, YouTube, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and WordPress.
Yep.
Also the Facebook group, RedCycloneInc as well.
Yep.
Where you at, Mark?
Follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Twitch TV, YouTube, and SoundCloud, all Mark with the Mic. Follow our Spotify. We're doing very good. Follow our other podcasts, the Morphin Cast, the Gamer Range podcast, Shell Shock, and Not a Trekkie. We'll be recording new episodes this week, so look forward to that. And yeah, that's about it. Follow Spotify.
Yeah. Say that again?
I said follow Spotify. It's
Do
doing
it.
good.
No excuses.
Yep.
And always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Yep. Follow him. Follow him.
He
Follow him with the Tomb Raider movie.
It's just a sandwich, but in between the pieces of bread is the Tomb Raider DVD.
Yes, the remake.
It's the Blu-ray. All right.
The chick with the long neck.
Damn.
She has a
all
long
right.
neck.
She's got a family.
Yeah.